America's the only place where I could truly exist. No other country on Earth would allow me to be who I am, in the way that I am. So, when I hear discussions about walls and unconstitutional religious bans, it fuels me. It reminds me that there's still more work to be done. I refuse to accept that. We are not going to give in to our worst instincts. Yes, fear exists, but we must rise above it. Will Smith perfectly captured the moment with a single word: misogyny. A term that rhymes with embarrassment and starts with M. And oh, did that word land hard. Hollywood may have hit a new low in the 2016 election, with A-list actor Will Smith seemingly calling for America to purge itself of Donald Trump's supporters, or at least their ideology. As a Hollywood star, Smith isn't accountable to the American people. He doesn't need to be politically correct. He doesn't have to watch what he says like a politician, unlike Trump, who thrives on controversy. Naturally, Trump couldn't let Smith's remarks slide. His Twitter response came faster than a beat drop in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Smith's words hit so hard they could have melted the gold off of Trump Tower. Trump's reaction? Predictably explosive, tweets flew out like Carlton dancing through a family dinner. But instead of dodging or dismissing Smith's comments, they only sparked more conversations about accountability, respect, and the kind of leadership America truly deserves. It turns out the Fresh Prince is still teaching lessons, even if they now involve politics. Who knew Will Smith had such sharp social commentary hidden beneath those iconic drum beats? Even legends can surprise us sometimes. And this story? It's far from over. Smith didn't hold back in his critique. Speaking from Dubai, he emphasized how important it was to show up and be present, even when it's painful to hear Trump speak. It's embarrassing as an American to listen to him, Smith said. I'm here in Dubai, having fun, sharing pictures and tweeting. Does it look like they hate me? Oof. Calling Trump an embarrassment to America? That's got to sting worse than one of Jazz's failed pickup lines. But this isn't just another celebrity throwing shade. This one hits differently. It's like when Uncle Phil delivers one of his legendary side-eyes, but with words sharp enough to cut glass. Smith's critique resonates with many frustrated Americans because, let's face it, Trump's presidency often felt less like real governance and more like a chaotic reality TV show. Remember when he suggested injecting disinfectant as a COVID cure? Or when he tossed paper towels at hurricane victims in Puerto Rico? It was as if he was auditioning for America's Next Top disaster and winning every season. Then there were his infamous Twitter rants, more erratic than Carlton's dance moves. Each meltdown left us wondering if the nuclear codes were safe, or if we should start building bunkers. So yeah, Will Smith's words hold weight because they're grounded in reality. Trump's track record has given critics plenty of material, and Smith is using it to highlight why so many Americans feel embarrassed by what happened under his watch. Now we get to see people for who they truly are, and now we get to cleanse that from our country. Smith also spoke about his own career, explaining that he's at a point where he's willing to take big creative risks. Some projects will be critically acclaimed, some will make money, and some will be Wild Wild West. This isn't just another Hollywood headline. Will Smith speaking out matters more than the latest celebrity gossip. When someone with his star power, who typically stays away from politics, finally takes a stance, people pay attention. It's like the quietest student in class finally raising their hand. You know whatever they're about to say is worth hearing. Smith isn't known for political rants. He's someone who usually brings people together, not divides them. So, when he calls Trump an embarrassment, it's like your friendly neighbor finally admitting, "Yeah, that weird smell? It's definitely coming from the house next door." And Smith didn't stop with Trump. He had some words for Melania, too. Though let's just say they were spicier than the hot sauce Carlton keeps in his bag. At the end of the day, this isn't just about politics. It's about values, leadership, and the direction America's heading. And as far as Will Smith is concerned, the country has some serious self-reflection to do. America's the only place where I could truly exist. No other country on Earth would allow me to be who I am in the way that I am. So, when I hear discussions about walls and unconstitutional religious bans, it fuels me. It reminds me that there's still more work to be done. I refuse to accept that. We are not going to give in to our worst instincts. Yes, fear exists, but we must rise above it. Will Smith perfectly captured the moment with a single word: misogyny. A term that rhymes with embarrassment and He's putting himself out there, not just for conservative causes. That takes a good deal of bravery for someone like him. But honestly, he shouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised. I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why Republicans in Hollywood have secret meetings. This isn't just your typical tabloid gossip. Will Smith speaking out carries more weight than Kim Kardashian's latest diet or Brad Pitt's haircut. Why? Because when someone with Smith's level of star power, who's usually non-political, decides to speak up, people listen. It's like when the quiet kid in class finally raises their hand. You just know it's going to be something important. Smith's words hit hard because he's not known for political rants. He's the guy who brings people together, not divides them. So when he calls Trump an embarrassment, it's like your friendly neighbor finally admitting, yeah, that weird smell is definitely coming from the Trump house next door. But wait, there's more. Smith didn't stop at Trump. He had some spicy words for Melania, too. I'd love to quote him directly, but let's just say his comments were hotter than the secret hot sauce Colton keeps in his back pocket. It's like Smith accidentally opened the floodgates, and now the internet is treating Melania's legacy like an all-you-can-roast buffet. Some people are backing him up, calling her the least engaged First Lady in modern history. Others are turning her into a meme, portraying her as an Instagram model trapped in a political soap opera. Let's be real. Melania's time in the White House wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Whether it was the infamous, I really don't care, do you? Jacket, the hurricane relief controversy, or the Rose Garden redesign that had historians clutching their pearls, she never quite nailed the relatable First Lady vibe. Instead, she felt like a relic from a time when First Ladies were expected to just stand by their husbands, look elegant, and avoid controversy. Except that doesn't work in the era of Twitter detectives and meme warfare. Now, thanks to Will Smith, people are reevaluating Melania's legacy, or, let's be honest, her lack of one. The internet has spoken, and the verdict is in. Fashion icon? Maybe. First Lady of the People? Not so much. It's like everyone suddenly realized, wait a minute, shouldn't a First Lady do more than just pose for magazine covers? And just, as the debate was heating up, boom! Trump logs in, thumbs blazing, ready to make things even messier. His grand contribution? A tweet that basically boiled down to, Will Smith should stick to making bad movies. Sad. Classic Trump. Insult first, think later, or never. But that was just the warm-up. As the night wore on, his tweets got wilder, like he was auditioning for a role in his own reality show, America's Most Unhinged. And the best part? Every time he hit send, he was just giving Will Smith free publicity. It's like Trump accidentally became Smith's hype man, turning a single comment into the conversation of the week. Who knew he had a knack for PR? Just not for his own brand. Of course, the internet had a field day. Jimmy Kimmel jumped in, suggesting that Trump should try eating a vegetable for once, because apparently late-night hosts have taken on the role of presidential nutritionists now. Meanwhile, political analysts were breaking down Trump's tweets like they were decoding the Dead Sea Scrolls, analyzing every insult, every typo, every kafif moment. One expert even compared his meltdown to a toddler throwing a tantrum. In a grocery store, arms flailing, feet kicking, screaming because mom wouldn't buy him a candy bar. And back at the White House? Pure chaos. Staffers running around like someone had set their hair on fire, trying to clean up yet another Trump-induced PR disaster. You'd think after 4 years, they'd be used to it. But nope, just another day in the circus. It's like they had a whole protocol for handling his Twitter meltdowns. You could almost hear the frantic whispers. Quick, hide the phone. No, not under the pillow. He always looks there first. It wasn't crisis management. It was more like playing keep-away with a toddler who has access to nuclear codes. But here's the real kicker. Trump's Twitter tantrum might be his biggest cell phone yet. While he's busy rage-tweeting, the rest of the world is sitting back, with popcorn, wondering, shouldn't the president be, I don't know, doing presidential things? It's like he straight up forgot he had a day job. And every single tweet, just proving Will Smith's point. If Smith called Trump an embarrassment, Trump's response was basically, hold my Diet Coke, I'll show you embarrassing. At this rate, he's not just competing in the embarrassment Olympics. He's going for the gold. And just when you thought things couldn't get juicier, Hollywood decided to jump in. It's like the Avengers assembling, but instead of fighting Thanos, they're all dunking on Trump. Move over, Marvel. Tinseltown's got a new civvy. Hollywood's hottest crossover. Event Hollywood just got political, really political. And now it's looking less like the Oscars and more like a WWE SmackDown. Jimmy Kimmel, never one to hold back, quipped, Trump versus Smith. Only one of them is talented. That burn was so brutal it should come with SPF 100. But this isn't just about bruised egos. This feud is shaking up Hollywood like a 7.0 on the Richter scale of celebrity drama. Suddenly, stars are second-guessing every tweet, every red carpet, comment, even their Starbucks orders. Imagine an agent meeting right now. Agent. So, are we going Team Trump or Team Smith for your next role? Actor. Whichever one guarantees I don't end up in Sharknado 27. At this point, Hollywood is less about talent and more about strategy. One wrong move, and your career could nosedive faster than a cancelled sitcom. It's basically a Harry Potter sorting hat ceremony, except instead of Gryffindor or Slytherin, you're getting sorted into Team Trump or Team Sanity. And some of these placements are more shocking than realizing Neville Longbottom was the real MVP of Harry Potter. But here's the real twist. It's not just the stars caught up in this Red Rover, Hollywood edition. Fans are all in too. Some are hyping Will Smith like he just saved the world from aliens again, while others are boycotting his movies faster than you can say Bad Boys. 4. This feud isn't just entertainment. It's reshaping Hollywood's political landscape faster than a CGI artist can add abs to a superhero. Now, every tweet, every interview, even an offhand comment at a drive-thru, it's all political, baby. So where does this all lead? Maybe we'll get Mr. Smith Goes to Washington 2.0. Or maybe we'll see the rise of Switzerland stars, the ones who dodge politics like Neo dodging bullets. No comment. Might just become the new hasta la vista, baby. The plot twist. Will Smith for president? Wait. Plot twist. Will Smith might be swapping his Hollywood star for a spot on the ballot. And before you start planning your fresh prince. For President Watch Party, let's talk about why this isn't as crazy as it sounds. Smith himself has been dropping hints that he's itching to run. Apparently, he's been watching the political circus and thinking, hey, I could do that. But with better one-liners. And honestly, not the craziest idea. In a world where a reality TV star made it to the White House, why not the guy who fought aliens, robots, and Uncle Phil's disappointment. Experts say Smith actually has presidential qualities, charisma for days, strong public speaking skills, and decades of experience connecting with audiences. Whether through movies or social media, he's basically been campaigning this whole time without even knowing it. And let's be real, after the Trump era, all bets are off. Politics is officially Hollywood, the sequel. So grab your popcorn, because whether it's a Twitter feud, a political career, or another roast session, this show ain't over yet. The public is thinking, hey, if that guy can do it, why not give the Fresh Prince a shot? Smith's star power could translate into some serious voter love. But before we start slapping Smith 2024 on bumper stickers, let's get real. Running for president isn't like filming a movie. There's no yelling cut when things get messy, no CGI to clean up your image, and definitely no stunt double for debates. Smith would have to swap his script for policy papers and his director for a campaign manager. It's a whole different kind of blockbuster. And this time, the stakes are real. Smith versus Trump. The ultimate showdown? Speaking of debates, can you imagine a Smith versus Trump showdown? That would be the political equivalent of a rap battle. Smith's got the charm and quick wit, while Trump has, well, whatever that is. It'd be Hollywood Polish versus Twitter chaos. And honestly, that's a pay-per-view event I'd gladly drop money on. But what about the potential First Lady? Jada Pinkett Smith has already noped out of that conversation. She said, I don't want to be First Lady. I want to be the first me. Translation, she's not trading red table talk for state dinners anytime soon. And can you blame her? Being First Lady is a full-time gig, and Jada's got her own empire to run. So why isn't a Smith presidency as wild as it sounds? Well, he's got name recognition, serious charisma, and a way of connecting with people. He's handled tough situations. Remember the Oscar slap? And isn't afraid to speak his mind. And honestly, in a world where politics already feels like a bad reality show, maybe what we need is someone who actually knows how to put on a good one. One thing's for sure, Smith's words didn't just ruffle orange feathers. They cracked open a whole new can of political worms. Analysts say his Trump takedown could be a game changer. This isn't just about celebrity gossip anymore. It's about who has the guts to speak up. And let's be real. If a reality TV star can make it to the White House, why not?